This is Swiss Watch Expo. I'm Angel, and this week we're looking at 3 red dial watches. Stick around. Welcome back, watch lovers. This week we are taking a look at 3 red dial watches. As my colleague Penny said, no way related to any holidays that are coming up, hint, hint. So the 3 watches that I've chosen are going to be from the Rolex, Omega, and Breitling collections. So let's get right into it. So first up, let's take a look at this gorgeous Omega Speedmaster. Now, if you are a fan of the Schumacher, but you didn't want that larger size, I have exactly what you need here with the red accents. So not only is it a couple millimeters smaller, coming in at 40 millimeters instead of the larger size, you'll have that gorgeous Clou de Paris on the subdials. And one of my favorite details about it, besides the fact that it has that gorgeous, very, very universal red, I love how the subdial at the 6 is slightly smaller than the other 2. So it really pulls your eye into those larger subdials. This, of course, with that Clou de Paris design on the subdials, is a special detail for the racing collection watches. Not only do they have the red on the dial, but they also have it integrated here on the black tachometer on the bezel here. So really just a great watch, very universal in its sizing. It can be worn by so many different types of wrists, the smallest to the largest, because those lugs are not too wide, and it really lends itself to a lot of attire. So #1 pick in red dial watches. Next up, we'll take a look at the classic ladies Datejust. Now, I love the direction that I've seen a lot of clients. I feel like we've seen a resurgence in some of the smaller dial models. A lot of my clients that I speak with over the phone or over some of the platforms are looking for the more traditional size watches. And what a great way to do it here. You know, this is a dial that they call the vignette dial. And while you may have a lady that has a classic Datejust, this is a pretty unique find. Not only have we seen the red in a lot of the fashion blogs over the last few months in 2023, we've seen that color kind of go into the 2024 collection as well. And not only is this a gorgeous vignette style, but I think that red has almost a brown cognac kind of feel to it. So it'll match really nicely as we go into spring. So great dial. The diamonds really pop against that vignette, and the steel and yellow gold lends itself to being worn with pretty much any jewelry, whether you've really leaned into the platinum styles or kind of going back into the gold, which myself, I feel like I've been integrating a lot of gold pieces back into my wardrobe. So a really great model for ladies coming up this year. And then last, and certainly not least, I love this Bentley for Breitling model. Now, of course, the first thing we notice on a special edition watch like this is the bezel. That diamond bezel really reminds us of some of the details inside of the Bentley. Now, this is going to be a more burgundy color dial and strap on this watch. But the one detail that I think makes it so special is not only does it have the Valjoux 7750 movement, which is pretty reliable, and people know that movement, that really does a beautiful job of configuring those subdials off to the side. I love the fact that you have the day date function, and that day date function is also in that burgundy red color. So a very unique color on that. I really have only seen color date wheel indicators maybe on like a Rolex roulette dial. Maybe you know of some other brands. Let us know down in the comments some other dates or day date colors that some of the brands, Swiss brands, have out there. But I love the configuration of this watch. When you have it under a sleeve, you have those subdials. They could be covered by your sleeve, but you'll still be able to see the day and the date. So just a really gorgeous overall watch. I love the size of this. It's a pretty large size, coming in at 44.8, a very unique sizing that you see some of the Breitling models come out with. And then, of course, again, this is a special edition watch. So 3 amazing red dials, all different tones, all different metals, all different types of wear. Let us know down in the comments some of your favorite red dial watches, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video.